I'm Norm Shrine, and I'm with Fairmont Firebirds head coach Dave Miller. And Coach, a little odd this year. Now we're already in week 2 of the playoffs,
Right.
and you're going to be playing Olentangy Liberty. And have you ever come up against these guys before? Do you know that much about them?
Nope, I know just know of them, but we've never played each other, so it'll be new for both of us.
So how hard is it to prepare for a team that you really have had no experience with?
It's difficult because of what we do, so you're not sure. I mean, you have an idea. I know they play Hilliard Davidson and some teams that do similar things, so we've got kind of an idea from there, but you really don't. You're kind of going in the dark, but that's kind of how it goes for us anyway. We prepare, but teams that know us, I mean, we have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. But each week you go in, you expect whatever. They throw stuff at us sometimes, but so it is what it is.
So, and this team, did they have a bye in the first week or not? Or they had to play?
They played. They beat Miamisburg. So.
Okay.
Up at their place.
So you guys are even as far as that goes. You both beat Miamisburg.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So it's still a big question mark. I mean, you've had a chance to review the film on these teams, I suspect, and what have you discovered?
They're really good. Very fundamentally sound. Very well coached. Their kids play really hard. So it's a good football team. They have a really good program. They've been to the state semifinals, I think, a couple years, and they're a perennial playoff team. So.
And with that in mind, what type of version of football do they play? They, like you folks, run it on the ground. They pass.
They're spread, but they're pretty run oriented. They have a really good running back. He's going to Ohio State on a lacrosse scholarship, and he is shifty and he runs hard. Their line's good. Quarterback's good. They throw. They're about 50-50 run to pass. And they take what you give them, and they're good at what they do.
Are there any particular players that you're kind of keeping an eye on with regards to that team?
The running back, he's solid, 2-year starter, and if he wasn't getting a scholarship in lacrosse, I'm sure there's a lot of football teams that would take him in a heartbeat. So he's good, and they're just solid. I mean, all the way around, they have good receivers. They're just a good football team.
How about the quarterback?
Really good. Yeah, I don't know what his percentage is, but he's got a complete 60-70% of his passes. So.
All right. Of course, you're on the road again, and how did that work out last week, going all the way up to Toledo? Was the team ready to play? Apparently, they were because you won. But I mean,
it was a good 2.5 hours, and it got a little longer because we got a little turned around there and did a circle around Perrysburg. But we were on charter buses, so thankfully that was good. But no, the kids handled it really well and went up and played, and we beat a good football team, pretty soundly.
Well, I would think a charter bus would be a lot more comfortable than a school bus.
No question.
So you got that again this week, or?
Yep. We're going to do the same. So it's a little shorter, but
okay.
Talking an hour and a half, I think, versus 2.5.
So is this like the regular season? You can have 200 of your fans follow you up there?
Yeah, actually, last week we had more. It was something 460. We only traveled, I think, maybe 150, but this week we get 250 or something like that. So it's comparable.
Okay, and as far as the Firebirds, how's everybody health-wise?
Pretty good. We came out of it. We really went into it a little banged up from the Springboro game, but we came out of it pretty healthy. So knock on wood, I feel pretty good about us that way. If we can keep that going, then we should go in pretty much full strength.
And I noticed that Tank Gant has been moved around a few different positions. Have you kind of decided where you're going to put him, or are you going to keep him in several spots?
We keep moving him around. He's doing a really good job on defense. And he really he served a role for us. Until Drew Baker came along. Honestly, it wasn't like he lost his position. It was we wanted to play him on defense from day one, and we were in that Alter game 2 years ago. And we didn't have a fullback, and we were kind of going like, well, who are we going to go with? And he did it. He's not an ideal fullback in our offense, but he did it. Last year and for the beginning of this year, and fortunately Drew came in and allowed us to relieve him, and then now we're moving him all over the place. So it's positive.
So tell me a little bit about the game up in Perrysburg. I presume that since I wasn't there, how did Drew Baker do?
Did fine. Yeah, he had 100 yards. A lot of that's, he knows it. They all know it. It's that position is unique for us because the line does, when they're doing a good job, it doesn't really matter who you put back there. And he hits it pretty fast. That's a strong suit that he has, but and he fights for extra yardage. He's going to be a good one, but we feed him quite a bit, and then stuff comes off of it. And we can gouge you with that.
And you've got another fast runner as well, right?
Yeah, Mr. Wright is fast. He can move. He gets in the open field, and there's not many people going to catch him. So he runs away from fast kids. So it's good.
That's a good thing to have, right? And
got to get him there, though. That's the key. So
that's true. Yeah. So any thoughts at all with regards to Olentangy, Liberty?
Oh, they're just like I said. They're solid. They're as solid as they come. They lost. They only lost this year is the undefeated Dublin Kaufman, who's number one. I don't know where they are in the state. They got to be way up there, but so they're both. They're both in our region and all that. But it's a really good football team.
And how was the mood on the charter bus coming back to Dayton?
Couldn't be better. You're going to have a 2.5 hour drive home. That's the way you do it. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully, obviously your drive's going to be a little shorter, but hopefully you'll be feeling just as good on your way home from Columbus.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, thanks, Coach, for taking the time to talk to me, and good luck on Friday.
All right, thank you.